Hey, I don't want to show my head. That's right. They're kind of.
It's okay, you look good, Joe. But what happened?
I don't know. My parents were like cut it off full. Like when I cut it off fully. So that's the thing.
That's nice, bro. Joe, I mean, it kind of supports this channel, You're a traveler, you look like a traveler. Everyone is talking. Okay, by the way, can you hear me
Yeah.
properly?
Now it's good. Now it's very good. Merlin is coming.
Okay. Yeah.
Joel, for some reason, thinks that I'm going to bring a lot more people to this.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't know why.
because Ryan has a lot of contacts. Okay, that's why.
Have contacts, yeah, sure.
All right.
My
Well,
juniors from school, they are all investment bankers. They're very
hi Merlin.
true
Hi.
investors.
Hi.
Hey, he's coming down. All fine?
Hey, Merlin.
Hi guys. Can you see me and hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, Ryan, over to you.
Okay, so over to me. Okay. So, hi guys. Welcome to the first, second, third your airport experience session of Fantastic Arena. And today we have a special guest, more like a celebrity. She's already here. You guys can see her. Her name is Merlin. She is from Dubai.
Another Mallu
And
connection.
yes, sorry.
Another Mallu representation. Like it has been three
Oh,
consecutive
right.
weeks.
Yeah.
It has been three consecutive weeks.
As she claims, she's from the 15th district of Kerala, which is where Dubai. So, hi Marlon, what's
Precisely.
up? What's cooking in Dubai?
Hi guys. I just took a break and here I am talking to you all. Yeah, nothing much, man. Just like laptop and mobile.
Interesting, interesting. In terms of COVID, what's the scene over there? Is it considerably good?
Uh, okay, COVID is never good, but like the cases, I think they have decreased over a while, and the vaccination drive is like really high here. So I think things are getting better, hopefully.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice.
God,
So
there's so
yeah,
many
guys,
people.
the reason we again, sorry,
I was just looking at the people who are coming. I'm like, oh my, okay.
yeah, you
So
can give
many
shout outs
people.
to your friends.
Yeah.
You're
Shout
free
out
to do
to
that.
everybody who joined. Just gonna say that. Yeah. Let's see
Yeah,
what
so
they say.
the reason we call Merlin is because, as you all know, she's from Dubai, so she travels a lot to India and different places. So she's just being very humble and stuff, which she is. But yeah, so that's the thing. So she's obviously been through it all in terms of traveling, long waiting hours and stuff. So we wanted to get her insight as well in terms of how Fantastic Arena could progress and how an airport experience can further get enhanced. So over to you, Joel, the critique. Oh wait, Bevin, do you want to say hi to our guest? Is he even listening?
Bevin.
Okay, never mind. Bevin,
Bevin.
Bevin, say hi to Merlin. As in,
I don't think his audio is working.
yeah, his audio is not working. Okay, Joel, continue.
Yeah. So thanks, Merlin, for coming over. So just your question, okay? So how long have you been in Dubai for? How many years?
I'm, as mentioned before, I've been born here, so every time I keep traveling back and forth to Dubai and India. So yeah, every year almost. And yeah, I've been here ever since 2001.
Oh, that's great. So basically, how was the situation like when you went back from Bangalore to Dubai? Like after college, the lockdown, everything happens. How was the entire situation and the airport, your experience as such?
So the most recent, it's the last time I traveled and used the airport. So this was back in August, and things were still bad in August, right? And everyone had the fear that if you step out of the house, you're bound to get the infection. And that was like greatly ingrained in me. So I remember traveling to Kempegowda at like 6 in the morning, and I didn't, yeah, I did 6 in the morning, and I was out of the airport arena, both Dubai and India, at 6 p.m. just Dubai timing in the evening. So around 12 hours it was like my heart was outside my body kind of. And yeah, it was a bit overwhelming the last time I traveled. It was quite the ride in the airport.
she missed out on a chance of meeting the RCB players. I still remember the day she put up a
Right.
story of her traveling. The RCB team was traveling to UAE for IPL.
Yeah, they didn't. I think they traveled by the same but different flight. Using the same Vistara, but a different flight.
Vistara. Oh, big flights. Pretty premium flights.
That was the only thing flying there. There were no
Oh,
flights. It was just
uh, Bevin, are you able to hear us? Bevin,
Hello,
Bevin. Yeah, we
hello.
can hear you. We can hear you. Are you able to hear us?
No, I wasn't able to hear you all this time. So yeah, I'm sorry for all this. Hi, Merlin. I know it's pretty late right now, but I had some problems with my connection. So yeah, you can continue. You can continue.
Yeah. No, but
Also, guys, you guys can tell us in the comment section how you like Joel's new look.
it's not a new look case. I
It's
don't want to
really
show it.
nice.
I mean, yeah, no, it's not really the fact that it's not a new look. It's kind of supporting our movement also. You know, we talk about a lot about travel and all, and Joel looks like a traveler if you look at him.
Hey, I shaved my head.
So
Leave that.
he doesn't look like she had a head.
I don't want to show it right now. It's okay if I leave
Okay,
it.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, I'm gonna pretend like
Merlin,
that.
I think we'll start with the same question which we ask everybody. What's your worst airport experience?
mm. Okay, so now I'm thinking about it. One thing, okay, let's go back to the last time I traveled in Capital itself. Like the whole situation of being in a closed space when the whole pandemic, thing was a huge thing back then was just very scary because even everyone around also just like, you're gonna go, you're gonna get it. You're going to the airport, you're bound to get it. You're going to the flight, you're bound to get it. So the whole, people telling me was kind of frightening. So that was one experience, I'd say, but that's just, something inbuilt. But then otherwise, it's just the mental, how do I say? It's just a waiting period I find in the airport. Like we just keep sitting, like especially us, we go like way before the flight is like in a schedule. Like if the flight is at 2 o'clock, we go at like 7 in the morning and sit there for like I don't know 7 hours, and that's the whole thing. I don't get it, but so far I haven't missed a flight, and yeah, but the whole point of sitting and just doing nothing is a bit frustrating, irrespective of which airport it is.
Ah.
Yeah, I
So,
was.
but
Uh,
yeah,
Do
but
you,
Bevin,
do
go
you
on.
in the
shop or
beginning.
anything much while waiting?
Okay, so this is something happening in Dubai airport in Terminal 3 over here where the Emirates flight solely lands and flies. So this particular terminal over here is like damn big and it's really nice. It's like a full shopping kind of experience. But the thing is you need to have enough and more bang to get it. I remember once while traveling to Bangalore in 2019, my best friend and I, Madhav, because here in this life he's there, I guess. We traveled to a Gucci store. We just traveled. We just went there. We just looked at the products, and this person was like, "May I help you?" And we were like, no." And we just went out. The whole that was a very remarkable experience at a Gucci store in the airport. Yeah,
That's
there
very
he
true.
is.
You know, like always, normally also, even if you go to a mall or let's say you go anywhere, they only value customers who want to buy something. And if you're not going to buy anything, they don't care about you at all. You know, and unless you're going to go into an airport and going to buy something which is obviously overpriced, they won't even treat you well, you know. So the best thing you can do is just sit there and maybe read a book or listen to music. You know, there's not much you can do because it's really depressing for us also to go to a store and first of all know the fact that we're not going to buy anything because it's overpriced, and after that
Right.
the salesmen over there treat us like shit, and we get even more depressed and we don't even feel like going back there anymore. You know, yeah, I completely get you what you're trying to say.
Right, precisely.
Hey, but is the
So
map
Merlin,
inverted?
actually,
Is the map behind you inverted?
No, I
no, it's
think
not.
it's probably the camera.
Oh, that way, that
Oh,
way.
okay, okay. Uh-huh. Very coincidental with today's.
Well, it's in Dubai, bro. Things are different. It's not like India.
It's the map with the
Yeah,
same
oh, for
everywhere.
them it's because they're in the Middle East. No, that's why for them it'll be different. For them, West will be different, East will be different.
You know, the other day I was actually looking at the documentary and they had displayed the map where I think Asia was the west and America was in the east, and they
That
were
is what is
showing
shown
where
there.
Hawaii. Yeah. And they were showing where Hawaii was, and it was like right below where usually India is. And I was like, wait a minute, Hawaii is below India. And I was so confused, and that's when I got to know for them, the map is like that, and everything was so screwed up. So yeah,
Bro, I think it's like even the world also is written upside down, no? The world.
I think it's
Bro,
because of
it's
Canada.
there will be lateral inversion. Da.
Oh,
She's using a front camera, right? So you see it.
oh, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
That's
just
all.
like, where am I living?
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, Merlin. Moving on. So actually, yeah, I know in Dubai has one of the best. I mean, there's a bunch of amazing malls, and I've noticed in almost every mall there's a brilliant game arcade, like with
Hmm.
all your, arcade, right, like Amoeba in Bangalore. So I'm saying,
Right.
what's your idea on the concept of an arcade in an airport at the waiting zone in India?
So I
As in,
think
would
a
you
whole
go there?
right. The whole concept of a service kind of based outlet in an airport where it's mostly products is something we don't get to see much. It's mostly duty free or where you get to sell certain products. It's not like hey let's avail this service present. So the whole gaming arcade arena concept also is pretty fun because you have a lot of time in your hand and nothing to do, and it might as well have a fun experience before a flight where you're obviously bound to get jet lagged and all. So there's something we can take back from the flying experience than just mere tiredness, and that is something we'd love to try.
Joel?
Have you seen anything like it in airports before when you traveled?
I
Arcades,
don't
etc.
think so. As mentioned, it's just restaurants and duty frees, and where again everything is overpriced, where you cannot really spend your money or don't get the same satisfaction. So where a gaming arcade is seldom seen, may it be in India or here. It's a very untapped market.
How many airports have you
Nice,
been
nice.
to across the
Merlin?
world? How many airports have you been through
Uh,
across the world?
I'm just gonna recollect. That's good. Cochin, Bangalore, Dubai, I think maybe Oman, and Dallas in America. So that's like five. Yeah. And
Uh,
Sharjah, six. Yeah. Yeah.
so rate them.
So yeah.
How are their services
Great.
and stuff? So okay, if you rate them, if you get deported, it's not our fault. But anyway,
Oh
just
my
rate the
God.
services.
No, but otherwise also Dubai is the best. No offense to any airports, but Dubai airport is like a spectacle to see.
Uh,
Um, because it's just huge and vast and it's like, a world in itself, especially Terminal 3. Then I think Sharjah also is not bad because it's pretty less chaotic as compared to other airports I've been to. And then third would come Cochin Airport because Cochin Airport is the entire architecture and the whole solar concept and all of it is like pretty marvelous. Even comparison to the airport I've been in America, like Cochin Airport is a structure to itself. And then Kempegowda, and then the last one is in America. Yeah, that'd be
I'll
my
check it
rating.
out. Don't come back to Bangalore.
No, no, no. I mean, I'm talking about Cochin being like eco-friendly.
Yeah, it looks pretty different according like the usual airports are like this rectangular or this box kind of thing, but then the Kochi one has that Tarwad look, that full house and those
Right.
tile house, that thing. Yeah,
But the new
Yeah.
one is not Tarwara look. No, new one's very fancy. The Cochin one.
it's the same area. Like yeah, the terminals. There's one more
Ah,
terminal thing.
area.
Yeah.
It has like elephants and all, and it's like, again, an art in itself. Like,
Uh,
if I'm not the elephant, yeah.
yeah, and it doesn't have traffic like the other international airports in India. It's very peaceful and stuff.
Right.
Okay,
And I also
Merlin.
rate
So
America. Yeah.
no, continue.
No, one thing I was not happy with American airport as compared to the Asian airports here was I was like, okay, I can't call it racial profiling or whatever, but then this incident happened in which I was like a freak. I was running around, not running around. I landed there, and then I had my hand trolley, and I was like finally outside all the passport stuff and all. And I was running to get my luggage because they were putting it aside, and I think I hit one of a TSA agent's leg when I was running with the trolley. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. And then he's like, did you do it on purpose? And I was like, no. Why would I do it on purpose? And he just let me go. I was like, oh my God, I'm brown in America. I didn't mean to do it. But that was
Oh, Ryan, you have got checked and all, no, 2 3 times.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just trying to tell what Merlin said. If that was a Hindi movie, the first thing I can imagine that guy saying is like, "Ma'am, we need you to step aside for a moment," and then it's all over for her. But yeah, so Merlin, I want to ask you a question.
I'm calling her
So,
out. Guys, she's late.
yeah, I think Madhav is exposing.
Yeah,
Exposed.
yeah, do all what you can, Madhav. He wasn't there with me, so yeah.
Yeah, so I've had a few experiences at Dubai airport, and I find them really the people working there, they're really scary and intimidating. Are you used to them, or you feel the same?
I don't think I've experienced a bad experience traveling in Dubai airport. Or maybe it's just like, I was always with my sister who's accompanying me whenever we were on vacations. So we were just like, okay, little kids and all. I think they were considerate, but I really can't recollect a bad experience per se. Because it's all been a good
No,
vacation
I'm
and,
not saying
just
bad.
working.
I'm like saying the fact that those guys, especially the ones at the security check and all, they're very just scary for some reason.
I mean, they want the best for the country, right? But I haven't so far.
Uh-huh.
I think Ryan is
But
getting
like you
scared
said, I
because he
think in
has,
terms of being
you
What,
know,
Bharat?
Bevan louder.
like there's this thing, right? You only get scared when you know you've done something wrong.
So you're saying Ryan did that?
Exposed.
Okay, Bevan's loading. Yeah.
Thank you, Instagram. Thank you. Okay. So no, like no, yeah, I think yeah. In terms of that, they seem very on point in terms of security and stuff. Because there's this show on Nat Geo or something I was watching, and Dubai
Right.
airport is like the way they do things over there. It's like it's cool at the same time, and that's one thing we should all know that in the airport they're always monitoring you. So it's really what do you say? I don't have a word for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Joel,
It's pretty,
over to you.
yeah.
It's pretty. No, you can
It's
speak.
pretty,
It's fine.
yeah, it's just pretty safe, dude. I mean, it's all a matter of safety here.
Ah,
Yeah, that is. Joel, next question.
yeah. Anyway, like in the meanwhile, thanks so much for joining us. If you have any comments, any questions you would like to ask in any of us, or if you want to put any comments forward to Merlin as well, thanks Anandita, thanks Madhu, and thanks to all of you for joining as well. So yeah, I like how has like what has been the most tiring journey ever? Like you mentioned about your the after in the pandemic you had traveled back to Dubai. But then with regard to the waiting hours, how many hours have you spent as such in an airport on average?
Right. So I traveled, like, I left from my house, which is pretty close to the airport, at around 6. And then the flight was supposed to be at, you know, 12 or no, 1 or something. But still, we had a lot of waiting outside the airport itself. We weren't even allowed to enter the Kempegowda terminal per se because of the pandemic and social distancing, which is pretty respectable. But then the whole, period of waiting itself is a bit frustrating. And yeah, I had to wait for like 3 hours outside the airport, outside even entering the building, and then again back getting inside the airport and again waiting for some more time. So it's just time lost in vain.
3 hours outside the airport. What were you doing outside the airport?
They
One
didn't allow
second.
us to enter. They were just like, you can't enter.
Okay, yeah, repeat.
Okay.
I'll mute myself.
How do you mute? Can you mute yourself in this? I don't think.
I think everyone has that issue. I think like go on. Anyway, carry on, Manu. Yeah. But what were you doing 3 hours outside the airport as in like you're just standing there for 3 hours
Yeah,
or how
luckily
is
there
the
was
entire
seats.
thing?
Like, we have that food court kind of thing outside the camping counter, right? And then a bit closer to it, there were seats where you can at least sit. But then again, during August, even there was no social distancing at all. People are like all sitting around. So yeah, we had to wait like around 2.5 hours to 3 hours just outside so that, and then only we can show our passport and enter the airport
So
in Campigowda.
you
So,
were here till August. You were here till August.
right, I
Oh,
was there till August.
what were you doing till August? College is closed at April or something, no? Were you
Yeah, I lived
expecting it to
there.
open? Oh, yeah, got it. Huh.
Yeah. That was
No, but
Indian
how about
airport.
your your other experiences in the airports, like in Dallas or be it in Kochi as such. How many hours have you spent on average?
Again,
And
since
what
we're
and
like
what were
people
you
who come
doing as
very
well? And what were you doing as well in those times? Yeah.
Yeah, so again, my family comes very early. We come like 6 hours, 5 hours early so that we don't miss a flight. So, and I'm sure pretty a lot of people can relate to it. I don't understand, like, even instead of living close, we don't even live in Indranagar or, some other extreme of Bangalore. Like, I live like 20 minutes away from the airport. We still come early. And yeah, that's about that. So, including the wait, like, coming early. So, we're, putting more time in waiting plus the pre-existing time. So yeah, another like a good 3 hours, 3.5 hours would be spent just doing nothing. But lately, I've been started to make my cousins or my sister just do some photography of me being a narcissist in airports. So just take photos of flights, take photos of me, and I take of them, and that's the like recent hobby. Otherwise, you just sit and do nothing. Like, that's
So,
it.
guys, those of you who asked us target audience, Merlin, example, uh, going to the airport early, spending time at the airport. So Merlin, we were talking about our marketing strategies when someone asked us. So I was telling as to how many a times when we go to the airport, we obviously put that Instagram story of our boarding ticket or boarding pass or something and tagging the airport. So I was telling these guys that we can possibly, have a instance. So now let's say you don't want to go play or anything, you have no interest in playing. But if we give you an option that you instead of say while you're uploading a story that you're in the airport, if you use hashtag Funtastic or something like that, you we give you a particular amount of discount and stuff like that. So do you think that's a good ideology to have? Ideology, what am I planning? Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I got the
I'm saying,
meaning.
would that persuade you to go to go check Fantastic Arena out? I'm saying just think you have no interest in going there, but yeah, would it persuade
Right,
you?
right. So again, there's first of all the airport picture is such an essential thing because in fact, if you've not, put a picture on Instagram, it's like, have you even traveled? Because everyone does that, and on top of that, you put incentivize a person to, on by giving them a percentage discount. I'm sure, like not just me, everyone who are like Instagram savvy would and be encouraged to check this place out, not just for the not just for the discount, but also curiosity, right? What this thing is. So yes, of course, and everyone's putting a story on Instagram with their passport and ticket. So yeah,
Merlin, people are asking you to sing. You can go for it.
I think I
You want
DM
someone to
me.
play the guitar? Bevan's also there.
Yeah, would be cool because
Sing
everyone
like
posts a story anyway. Yeah.
that would be
So
cool.
people are
But
singing.
post a story.
Merlin, actually, the platform's open. You can sing.
Dude, no, it's fine. You go ahead with the
Bevan
question.
can play the
The
guitar.
end.
Bevan can play the guitar too if you want.
I don't think I
I
want
don't
to
know
like
how
hurt your ear.
to
So
play. That time they'll be like, play the guitar, play the guitar. I know how to play the guitar.
Shut up. We all know you can play the guitar.
I'm bring the
Okay,
inner Jake
Bevan.
Peralta.
Sorry?
I'm like bring the inner Jake Peralta out. Jake Peralta in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, oh, by the way, Merlin, congrats on winning trial. I think you, Anandita, and all were in the same team. So, Sadi, when I saw her say that, congrats. Good,
Thanks,
good. I watched quite a bit of the final, so you did a good job as the witness.
thanks, man.
Congrats.
Full act.
Congrats, Merlin.
Thanks.
Bevan, louder now. You sound like a zombie.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. Which competition was it?
You just said trial.
Trial.
Child,
Oh, the
Inter-
internal, internal. Oh, okay.
internal, internal.
Oh, nice, nice. I didn't know that.
yeah, same dude.
So, Merlin, I wanted to ask you, uh, from our previous guests, a lot of people were telling, like Lee said that he didn't like crowded airports. He likes entertainment while traveling, and there are not there's a lot of things that he likes to do also. But sometimes when an airport is too crowded, when an airport is too developed, he doesn't like it, and he likes a more simpler airport. Do you also like a more simple airport where you can just take rest, or do you like to visit around the places and like a more developed airport like Dubai?
So I think I prefer the latter, as we said. Again, crowded can be dispersed when there are a lot of shops around, right? You won't have a stagnant community per se. So I like preferably, yeah, I've visited most of such places where you can literally go and check out things and just sit bored. So if you can do something, if you can walk, because you have a lot of time in hand, and obviously we'll keep an eye on the time before walking around. So I prefer the latter, though, where we can sit and walk around and check out places, and then board the flight than just merely sitting in the lounge just listening to music. So like do something physically, then wait.
I think that's the scene in regard with Dubai airport. I think that's the main thing over there is that it's so big that you just walk around and you while away time there. So in terms of, I think that's why they haven't come up with this. Because if you notice, every top airports which are considered the best, like Lee was telling, the Changi airport in Singapore and the one in South Korea, they have arcade and stuff already. So I think I still don't know why Dubai hasn't, but I think yeah, Dubai is really large, and I think they look at these things from a different
It's
perspective
more of a
compared to
it's more of a transit spot than it's a transit
Right.
spot for
right,
people to
right.
travel. So that's an ideal place for maybe time to spend or for arenas to come up as such.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you notice, yeah, actually, the amount of also because there's a lot of traffic, there is a lot of waiting time by default. Most of the time, it's a very rare instance that it's like you have a connecting flight, as in which has very short amount of waiting. So it would actually work in a place like Dubai as well.
Right. Talking about how big it is, there's like a rail which connects you from one terminal to the other. Like inside the airport itself, you have like trains which connect. So like again, time goes in even traveling, waiting for the train and all of that. So yeah,
So
in
it's part of the
comparison to the
metro
other
thing.
airports.
The metro is it?
Not exactly. No, it's a rail. It's like a monorail kind of thing inside the airport
Oh.
to connect you to one platform to the other.
Merlin, but do you would you prefer going to if there was let's say there is a launch and Fantastic, what would you prefer going to? Would you prefer
I
going to a
don't.
launch, airport launch?
No, I don't like sitting. Maybe I dump the luggage on someone who I'm traveling with and then preferably walk around and then see Fantastic Arena and do check it out. I don't like sitting at airports. Not a, yeah.
Ryan's
Arey,
right.
but the airport launch is like full. You have so many things to do there, and not things to do. At least you can go. You get free food. I mean, not free food. You paid for it, but still, it's a more play. It's a place where you can go take amazing pictures and stuff like that. So in that regard.
But I think people take pictures for 3 hours. I'd be crazy if they're only doing that. So yeah, probably spend some time worthwhile in a place where with a reasonable price than an overpriced ticket.
You're telling me if you travel by business class or if you get upgraded and you get access to the lounge of Emirates business class, you wouldn't go?
Middle class. They won't go.
Now, now it's
She won't go,
changing the
sorry.
context for me. I need to consider. Um,
I'm just saying if you
yeah,
get that free opportunity to go.
I'm still not sure, dude. I don't like sitting for 3 hours. Like again, I'm a person who walks around, even like just checking things out. Yeah, and I don't think I've got the opportunity so far, but then think that time. But right now, I'm not in a space of mind where I think I'd like to sit.
Fair enough. Joel, next question.
Hey, but how much would you like to spend on an average in an airport? Or have you spent or do you spend in general?
If not airport, like in a gaming arcade.
Yeah, I was talking about in
Like,
the airport, so that we can accommodate the if she has money to spend on the gaming arcade is what I was coming to.
The reasonable, not expensive.
Yeah.
right. So again, last time I traveled from, at least what you remember, with buying something. Okay, so in Bangalore to Cochin, this was happening on, if I'm not wrong, the ethnic day, yeah, our ethnic day in Christ. I traveled this on the same night itself, and I remember we were like a family of five back then who traveled to Kochi, and we spent like a good 500, 600 rupees in KFC by eating food, when we could even, get food on the flight as well. So I think 500, 600 rupees was, I think, a reasonable amount, I feel, to spend in general in an airport.
Yeah, even in a gaming arcade, people spend on that range also. I'm saying from a minimum perspective. But I think Merlin, how are there have you been to any gaming arcade in the UAE?
Right. So here is something called Magic Planet, which is like similar to Amoeba and all back home. And there it's like you have your arcades, you have your games where you can basically your general Pac-Man and the car rides and all that stuff. And then you put in your coin, and then we have the your general put the basketball the do and get your toy and whatever. So that is there, and that's something you do for fun when you're with your friends and all. Yeah, and they're pretty fun when you're even just walking through it and seeing others play also is like it'll bring in for traffic. So it is pretty fun
Mhm.
when you go.
How much do the games cost there in the UAE? Like the basketball stuff and all that. Like if I have to just play one game, how much does it cost usually?
So they have this card system where you have points and you swipe your card every time you want to play. And I think it'd be like one card you can play like 4 games or 3 games. It'd be like 50 dirhams, which is like okay, 1,000 rupees if you convert it. But then when it comes, yeah, comes to
So,
here, the currency over here, it's a pretty reasonable price of 4 games when you're with your friends and all. You can just split.
hmm.
Well, I think
Right.
Ryan, talking about international standards, you have to up the price.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to compare because Amoeba themselves charge around right now 60 rupees for that one game of that basketball thing. Okay, so I was just trying to see how much it is in Dubai where there's a lot of people going. Because I still saw the one in Dubai Mall, which is the biggest mall in the world, and there was a lot of people visiting. So if you notice their price also, I don't remember how much it was, but since they have a lot of people visiting, they've moderated the prices accordingly. So I think even in an airport, we don't have to price it as cheap as Amoeba. We could price it at a minimal range, minimal price, and yeah.
Yeah, Ryan was
Right.
talking about we might not be able to price it as like how the malls price because there the rent is much cheaper. We might have to go to some international standard that is reasonable for everyone. But did you see any arcade such as this in the airport that you visited, like Dubai airport?
No, I don't think I've seen it. I've not seen a gaming arcade or a service kind of, it's always products. So like, I don't think I remember seeing any gaming. It's a pretty novel concept.
Like usually you are a person who like let's say you go to an airport now like okay let's say you said that you spend usually like 500, right? So now if you go to an airport do you spend that 500 rupees would you spend that 500 rupees on playing games or having food or doing something else?
Okay, this is very particular to my family and my experiences. We have a habit of packing food from home, okay, because my grandparents and all live with me in Bangalore. So they pack like whatever sandwich and all. So the food is secondly, like it's always tertiary or secondary. It's all about just enjoying the journey and not the destination. So I don't think it's going to be a problem when you can always spend whatever money reserved for food on some good experience which you can take back home than just mere eating.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people like to have souvenirs when they come back home. Let's say they want to bring back something from that country, right? So, like, we as Fantasy, we were planning out to base our gifts, base the gifts on based on that particular country. So that like people can spend time there, and even after playing games and spending time there, first of all they'll be spending a lot of time at the airport, so they can spend time at the airport by playing games. And along with that, if they win something, they can take it back home, and that'll
it was very tiring, or I don't like traveling. The whole again, for some people they do not like the airplane experience because I get like personally I get like headache.
Uh, what are the kind of games you would like to see, or in the arena as such?
Okay. I like the arcade games in general. Maybe not like a PS kind of game, but like an arcade game. It's you can put tokens and you just have fun with your friends and not extremely competitive before taking a flight. But then, yeah, something which you can, yeah, so basically arcade games is what I'm picturing in my mind. It would be fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually very true because a lot of people our age, we either stick to playing PS5 or PS4, and the reason, and if you go to any international airport also, you will see a lot of airports having PS4 and PS5, but they don't have arcade games. And there's not a lot of people who want to play PS4 and PS5. And that you're the perfect customer, right? Where you don't want to like sit in one place and just play a video game where you can actually just play it at home. Yeah,
Right.
so that's why we were also introducing arcades where people can be a little bit more physical, involve themselves a little bit more than just staring to a screen.
Yeah, very precisely. Very true.
Ryan, you're on mute.
Ryan,
I didn't know we
you're
could
muted.
apply filters during an Instagram live, so I was quite amused by that. And I was trying that again and again. But yeah, that's cool. No, so Merlin, would you go to a arcade from the what would be your perspective to gain points and win, or to just have fun?
Just to have fun, but I'm sure when you get into that mood, you want to be better than the other person. So that's when the competitive person in me strikes in. But then, yeah, in general, when you go to the airport, you just want to have fun, right, and not worry about the flight and the things after that. So that would be my
You should worry
primary aim.
about it. Like,
As in, like, oh my God, I'm going to have my headache. Like, I'm
you
very
blame
used
us
to my.
then.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. You were telling you're very used to.
I'm personally very used to getting like all ailments in the flight and post the flight, like and like very bad jet lag and all of that. Like ear pain, head pain, everything. I've cried in my flight because I was physically hurt because of whatever flight, yeah, air pressure and all of that. So yeah, I just want to have a good experience flying. So post that and pre that, something which makes it better would always, be a nice feeling for any person.
But some people believe that like you said, you have a lot of difficulties while traveling, so you just want to get it over with, so you hate it from the very, like from the moment you step out of your house and get into the taxi to go to the airport. You already have a a mindset that you don't want to do too many things. So do you think that is an obstacle for us in regard, like there are so many people who just want to travel, they're like they have work purposes, many with negative mindsets already. So do you think in that regard people will consider going to the
Um,
arcade?
Right, that still would be a hindrance, right? Some people just want to, maybe a business trip, you just want to get it over with and not really explore the entire place. That would be obviously a hindrance. And maybe like parents or someone who have like really small kids, uh, to handle kids in flights and kids in airports are a task, right? That might not be, again, ideal. But there are always again other people who are like love traveling, like youth and young adults who may not always travel for the business purpose, but just for, maybe a general trip, and that can be your. I mean, personally, I feel an ideal target demographic than people who are worry
Yeah,
stuck.
also, like since right now you've grown up, you obviously have a phone and stuff, so obviously it would be a game changer for kids, because as a kid you wouldn't have had anything to do at an airport, right, whenever you travel.
Very true. Yeah, dude.
Joel, Devin.
Uh, yeah. So, like, do you have any idea? Like, so have you gone to any movie? Like, do you know what Fantastic is?
Louder, louder, Bevan. Wear the headphone maybe.
Like, okay, now am I audible?
Little more
Scream now,
louder.
scream.
Scream, scream.
Are you like aware of what Fantastic does and what we aim to do? Like our business plan as such?
Right.
Yeah,
So
like
far,
okay, is there? Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to implement or you wish to see in our idea, or is there any changes that you would like to see
You
in
being
our
a BBA
vision?
student, so
Oh my God. Okay, Rubens.
Yeah, we we can be
um,
extremely critical also.
Oh, dude. I really like the concept, and I was even talking about it to my mom, like, how the startup idea is, and it's pretty innovative, and no one has really thought about, a gaming arena in an airport, in spite of having a lot of time in your hand. The whole, I think, concept itself is pretty interesting. And also, I'm going to talk on behalf of my committee, Management Studies Committee. I saw my convener is joined. So, yeah, the startup idea is pretty good, personally. Um, Again, it's bound to have a lot of hindrances in the future because we have COVID, travel, and all of that. Okay. Right. People are like, choosing less travel or, unless everyone's vaccinated. That might be a hindrance on getting your foot traffic itself. But once things are back to, on track, once things are back to normal, I'm sure people will come out of curiosity, as you said. I mean, just to see what this thing is about. And then it will attract a lot of people. Furthermore, the social media platform where everyone is like putting pictures and all, if you, and, it's all the aesthetics at this point right now, this is so fun looking and cool looking. That will again attract a lot of youth and people who want to explore stuff in airports. And looking at that, yeah, but then there are always cons and hindrances at the other side as well.
I think Balin just asked us, mentioned all the questions that was put up to us in the business competition, I guess. So the whole reason we came up with this idea is because the three of us are completely jobless one fine day and we wanted to skip class. And we were like, guys, do you, and Ryan came up to us and he's like,
Louder, louder.
oh yeah, Ryan came up to us and he's like, we want to participate in a competition, a business startup idea. And when we went there, they asked us a lot of questions, and basically whatever you mentioned right now is basically what they asked us. So yeah, that's a very good observation and idea.
Yeah, like on adding on to that, would you be hesitant to play in an arena right now in the current situation, or like you are like or like basically you must be like, okay, I've already vaccinated myself, so I have no issue in trying to play in the arena as such. Will there be any hindrance as such?
Personally, I feel I see someone like, you out of curiosity, you see someone else playing and then you consider you. I mean, I'm not a person who would, first head and go ahead and do everything. I'd see someone else and okay, sounds fun, let's go. So maybe I would if I see others playing and, out of like internal peer pressure, like you should try it out. But I don't think I'd voluntarily go and put, but again, it's depending on that situation. I would check the place out. It always, like the Gucci store thing, you can just always get in and explore and come back.
Uh,
that's actually a good marketing strategy, guys. So when we start up, we'll hire a bunch of guys to simply just play there and scream and act like they're enjoying it. So people just turn their head and be like, "Oh, what's happening?"
Yeah, dude,
That
true.
that is so true.
You're learning something.
Yeah, that's not only in the air, like not only like anywhere you go and see it. Like I've been a perfect. I'm just driving down the road or walking down the road and I see a particular crowd. I'm like, what is going on there?
Right?
Or a shop that's selling some particular food item or any product. There's a lot of people and like it must be pretty good, you know. People tend to go there more. Like very good idea. I will go hire some hire some people from our law school and come.
Yeah. That's a pretty actually good idea. Like it happens in like real life situations, as you said, and even like in general to sell a product when a lot of crowd is there, you're also curious on what's happening to get that. Yeah.
hmm, yeah. Any questions you'd like to pose to us, or anything you'd like to state in general as well with regard to it?
I'd like to know how did you like actually come up? Like maybe you should start a startup and oh, how did the seed get planted in your heads?
Right, the question is to you.
Devin,
How did the idea come up?
Devin said that, right? See, there was this event in college called Project Ishta or something. So it was a business plan competition, So what happened is I saw that, so I was like, okay, fine, simply will participate. So I texted Joel first. Joel was game. Then I called Bevin also after that. Actually, I texted both of them at the same time. Bevin always replies late. Okay, so yeah, he agreed after Joel, and yeah, so we went and participated. So we were so hesitant to participate. Our first idea was actually sorry, wash, Forum Mall. In Forum Mall, we want to start like a car wash. We went through all those things, and then suddenly, then we actually decided let's try to do something at the airport, because airport is a place where people spend more money generally. Like even Subway, when a burger, I mean a sub is like 180 bucks in the actual place. In the airport, it's 250, and I still see subways crowded all the time in Bangalore airport. So I was just telling that in the airport, people often tend to spend a lot more money, and it's accepted. So that's why we were thinking about that. So then suddenly it just struck, in when we go to a mall, I myself also, when I go to a mall as a kid, even now, if I see a gaming arena, I my eyes are just drawn to it. I don't care about the food court. I want to simply at least go walk around, if not play. So then that's when we decided on this idea. And the worst thing is when the competition started, we were not management students, and everyone's like from the MBA department and stuff. So they've all come properly prepared, and we didn't know that we're supposed to prepare. So we had to make PowerPoint presentations and stuff, and we had to make marketing strategies, sustainable development goals, then financial plan, and so yeah, through all that. And the good thing is we ended up performing really well, because out of like 60 teams, we finished seventh, and we beat
Wow.
like when we beat, the fact that we beat all those MBA kids are all like, yeah, damn cool. So yeah, through that we got some confidence because of that. And yeah, also at the same time, we did a lot of research during those 2 days. Like I think both those days, especially the first day, we spent, I think, from 9 a.m. in the morning till like 10 p.m. in the night. We were like working on this thing only. And yeah, it was a fun thing. So because of that, we got a confidence, and we just decided that let's just start it here. And so obviously people often think, why are we doing it on as of now we've not established properly. But yeah, before we can go pitch it into someone, we want to get a good exposure. We want to like spread the word out, like, see, now you're in UAE, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people from UAE now know about Fantastic. So I'm saying, in that regard, we want a lot of people to know of it, so that when we, let's say, we go to an investor, we'll be like, hey bro, listen, this many people already know about it, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's why do I feel like I give a very long speech?
That
Oh,
was
it
required.
sounds good.
Yeah, I just had a very common question. Okay, since you're from the Gulf, uh, what kind of stuff do you bring from the Gulf to Kerala each time you come to Kerala?
Good question. I like chocolates over here.
You
I'm
saw the
telling you, I'm
Lulu, right?
Horlicks.
no, I think even the grocery under my house also will get good chocolates. Because I'm telling you, I'm so sorry, but chocolates here are better. Especially Kit Kat here is better, way better than anything I've tried in India or USA. This is the
The
best.
silver line ones, right?
That is in India, no? I think it's just red, normal red wrapper
Oh,
with.
okay. No, I remember one. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Okay, so chocolates, chips, you have your regular Gulf snacks. Then for your relatives, your
Oman chips,
dates.
man. It's amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, my mom just gave me chocolates, literally. I was talking about it and she just came home and she gave it. Wow. Now I want to wish for more. Yeah, maybe gold. Um,
Gold.
no,
Hey,
no,
smuggle,
I just
smuggle.
Merlin, you shouldn't have
I
said that. Someone's going to mug you now.
Oh my God, I don't like wearing gold. First of all, I'm just putting a statement there. Anyway, food. Basically, food is what we get from here to India because, again, chips and chocolates specifically, and your
And
tang.
tang, yeah, tang.
Yeah.
Hey, but is it actually a myth? But do you actually go to Lulu very often?
Lulu is the most famous place here, dude. Like, it's like where the world comes to shop because everyone goes. But, like, there are other, like, good stores as well. But Lulu is the landmark place. Like, you have your Big Bazaar, but there's also more. But then everyone knows Big Bazaar maybe better than more. So, yeah.
Hmm.
And I think, like you said, chocolates and food. Like Chocolates are damn cheap also in Dubai, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think they're cheap and
Because
tastier.
yeah, my mom and dad recently went to Dubai, and they spent like I don't know. I mean, for like 100 bucks, Indian rupees, they got like box of chocolates, and I was like so surprised. And like, how are we getting such good chocolate for such a cheap price? Because everyone is just throwing it away.
I know, and you get like wholesale, like, and really good ones. And also one more thing, if I may, I forget technology, like gadgets. So your phones and tablets are they're cheaper here in comparison to India. They're less expensive.
Okay,
Oh,
do you
so
have
you give it
any
to your
idea?
cousins and stuff. You give it to your cousins. You buy it for your cousins from you.
If my cousin is
No,
watching this, no. No.
Like,
gone.
do you have any idea? Do you have any idea whatsoever like how much the PS5 is there right now?
I'll get back to you. I'll check and get back. But then certain like certain gadgets which you can give, like smartwatch and all over here, like people buy a lot of them and send to India. I'm not sure PS5. I'll get back.
I think
Aren't shoes cheap there? Basketball shoes, are they cheap?
I don't run a store,
Shoes.
but I can get
there
back to
was
you
this
again.
there was this
Anybody
very
watching, you
famous.
want to know about something cheap in Dubai, ask ASAP. Now's your chance.
Who are the
Merlin's
people?
taking it down in the list.
Yeah, sure. Santa Claus coming in December. Yeah.
Oh, see, she's getting it for free also, guys. Take advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just wanted to say like there was this article by Times of India or by Hindu, I'm not sure, but there was like an article where you could literally go to Dubai, fly to Dubai, buy an iPhone and come back, and it would still cost you less.
Right. Very true. That's true too,
Yeah,
because hmm, because in India tax is
yeah.
also there, right? If I'm not wrong, export tax, and that is also imposed while this one. So, and it's not there. I'm not sure if it's there here much in Dubai. So, yeah. So yeah. One-
Does Dubai really have a museum dedicated to coffee?
Okay, I haven't heard about it.
Sorry, yes.
You're telling me?
What?
No, I
I
don't think so.
got it. No, it's suddenly
I,
I remembered someone telling me something like that.
oh, okay. No.
Joel,
We
you're getting shout outs for your hats.
I have nothing there.
have,
Yeah, I still didn't understand what's happening.
Huh?
So
You're
like
going to
it's the
Velank me,
hair.
no? Oh, you won't go to
No,
Velank. Sorry.
my parents are like, shave this off and shave your hair off. Okay, but then I shaved it off fully. That's the difference.
uh, oh, you're just generally
Very
sporting
cute.
a Texas. Yeah. Just
Huh?
a cowboy look. General
Like
Texas look. Uh, Southern boy look
Ah,
in general.
yeah.
Merlin, do you know the stadium where the highest number of ODI matches are played?
My God.
The name of the
There's
stadium.
is it
Some
Sharjah?
Al Zayed something,
You're
no?
right. You're right. It is Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
That's the only stadium I've been here like, for an IPL match. Yeah, that's the only. Yeah.
No, because Pakistan, I think, used to use the Sharjah Cricket Stadium as their home stadium for many years. So
Right.
that's
This is
something people don't know about.
okay. Got it.
IPLs in Dubai, you should go for a match. You go, just take Kohli about Ryan James, he'll know.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Like I
he'll,
saw you
he'll, he'll
last year
talk to
with the
you
KF.
like, yeah. Tell them about Fantastic also.
Actually, yeah. RCB X Fantastic Arena collaboration. Yeah.
That would be great.
It will. No, but Merlin, what is the? I just want to know what's this thing that like did people in Dubai care when IPL was happening in Dubai?
I mean, there was no one in the stadium to watch, but I did care. Once I was going
Huh.
towards some other area and I saw like Kings 11 Punjab's bus, and I was like, oh my God, so hyped up. But then it was just a bus. But there was no members of the like present in the stadium per se to watch the match because even COVID is happening here as well. But then yeah, people do care. We have our water bottles here, like it's all like printed with the cricket players' logo and their faces on it. A water bottle which is generally bought here. So yeah,
Whom do you support though?
RCB dude. What question? I still live
And
there.
I've got surprising stuff, okay, from people in Dubai. So,
Tell me, where do
yeah.
I belt them?
Do you know the catch line? ESCN.
Yeah,
Say it.
Sala
Say
Cup.
it.
Sala Cup namde, right? I don't have the accent of a Kannadiga, so yeah.
Oh, see, this is where a Gulf kid acts like I'm from, I don't know,
I'm
Canada.
just from Gulf. I'm from Gulf.
Canada, you, what's Canada?
Just interpretation. Oh my god. No,
Merlin likes CSK.
What's
Hey,
Malayalam?
don't be plastic.
oh my god. This is Tamil.
CSK.
Tamil Nadu.
Merlin.
CSK plastic fan.
Ooh. RCB, that's the only match I've been to is RCB versus KKR in Sharjah Stadium. That's the only match I've been to because I'm a diehard fan of RCB. Yeah.
Oh, in 2014.
Yeah, 2014, the last time UAE was there.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's the match where Chrislin took that crazy catch of AB de Villiers at the end. Right.
That match, that's the only. Yeah, it was pretty disappointing in the end because RCB was almost going to win. And then, yeah, Chris Lynn did what he did.
You went and you lost.
Yeah, I blame myself because I was there.
No. Yeah, but
Oh,
Go ahead,
what do you
next
get from
question.
what do you get from Kerala back to Dubai each time?
Pickle. I'm sure pickle is.
Yeah, pickle and whatever my grandma
Char.
makes, whatever food. Beef, if I can say that.
Say
Yeah,
it,
you
man.
you said
I
it.
be from Gujarat. Yeah.
No, man, whatever food my grandma makes, and yeah, pickles are also good.
The next time you can
Peas
carry a
and
Ryan,
Uttapam
fantastic
and all those things.
you can carry a fantastic card also. So next time when you go to Dubai, you can use it
Yeah,
there.
yeah, man. Can't wait, genuinely. Like, I hope it comes into fruition and you can see like a fantastic arena in every airport in India and abroad as well.
Surely.
Ryan, once I remember Ryan telling me that he had
Evan,
beef in
louder.
I remember Ryan once telling me that he had beef in Gujarat. I didn't think
Had beef?
he didn't.
What?
In Gujarat.
That's
You guys will
God.
get me arrested. Bro, don't say. In good faith, I told you. I
Exposed.
have,
You got beef,
okay.
beef. Ryan
Now
had beef in
Niloy
Gujarat.
liking the message. Niloy from Gujarat. I'm dead, bro. It's over for me. Joel, you better cut this, man. Okay.
No. I'll put it as one
Guys,
extra
if
clip.
I die, if I die in the next 1 week, three of you are law students, other law students. If I die in the next 1 week, please fight for justice. It's not whatever they say it is, my cause of death. It's not whatever they say it is. I'm telling you now.
right. You have next, what?
Hey,
FIR
but
for Fantastic.
actually, oh yeah, fair.
People won't know if it's true or false until you tell the story. So you tell the story.
Tell the story.
It's not story, bro. One place you go, you say Pothu, you'll get it.
I
Poth FG. I'm not kidding. No, I'm not telling which place, but I think they would have stopped it now. It was when I was like 3, 4 years back, when I was in like eighth or ninth or something.
Yeah, man, be careful.
And Nilo, your night walks, no, I'll come and beat you up.
Yeah. If anything else, Devin, Ryan, or anything to close or say something particular. Also, guys, if whoever's watching it, please do put forward anything you want to ask also about Fantastic, or else we can move ahead.
Yeah, Harshini and Andita, Niloy, some of the HR, these are the people who are watching currently.
Thanks a
Yeah, you
lot.
can give a shout out to all your friends, Merlin, whoever's joined.
Yeah, man, thanks, guys,
You
for
can.
seeing me and Harshini. I don't know when I said I support CSK, RCB for life. Maybe MS Dhoni is good in CSK. I can agree to that. That's it. But yeah,
We
thanks guys
support
for
teams
joining.
who are true sports persons, who don't get banned, who don't do things like that. No
But like,
offense,
is a
whoever
gentleman.
that
Like
CSK fan was.
yeah.
Yeah, man,
Ryan,
but
over to
can't
you.
wait also for
Just
Fantastic.
So yeah,
hope.
thank you so much, Merlin, for those words. Actually, it's really. Firstly, thank you so much for coming. It was really good having you here. It was good getting your insights in regard with the airports, and thank you for those kind words in regard with Fantastic. Thank you for those encouraging words, Bevan, Joel.
Yeah.
Are Sharjah and Dubai nearby? Someone asked a
Close
question.
They
by.
are, but yeah, the two.
Yeah, but
And yeah,
actually, like the Sharjah Sheikh is actually from Sharjah, or is it just a Mallu thing just made here?
I think it's a thing maybe from Sharjah made by Malayalis because 15th district. But then, yeah,
Yeah, it's like those Cuban sandwiches. Cuban sandwiches are never from Cuba. From America.
yeah, French fries again. It's not from France.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just
I
trivia.
hope
But
so.
you eat a lot of dates, right?
Yes.
Lots. Like it's simply there on the road, right? And on the trees, and you can just go take.
You can't go take, but then there are a lot of palms on the road. You can't just go take it,
Because in
but that,
Oman, I
yeah.
don't want to say that you can go take from the road and all that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that though.
Merlin, Merlin needs to watch out for Lambos, not normal cars.
You say
Got dates
Lambo?
now, like Wednesday.
What?
What did you say?
Lamborghini, I think. I think he meant Lamborghini
Oh,
or
yeah.
lamppost. I hear.
Resale? Oh, wait, are dry
Yeah,
fruits cheap in Dubai?
They're they are less expensive as compared to India, but then they're not, you know, and they're tasty here, I
and
guess.
how often
The other day, so there was nothing to eat at home, so I simply went and took this box of cashews and I ate it. And my dad comes and gives me this hopeless look, and he's like, in the Gulf, there are sheikhs, their children sit and eat like that. So I was like,
Yeah, man, famous guy,
he's
Ryan. He's,
implying you should not eat cashews.
Merlin, how often do you see an exotic car in Dubai, like day to day?
it depends on which location you
Ask
go.
her.
So the
Don't. Maybe she has one, so you don't. Who knows?
my God, guys, I'm a regular brown person. Um, yeah, it depends on which location you go. So you get to see a lot of good cars in certain places of the city, and they're like, oh my, like you have to look like it. Check them out. Damn good looking cars. Yeah.
When Merlin comes to Bangalore and all the Bangalorean friends go crazy over an Aston Martin, first time they see one, they're like,
I
"Ah,
seen it every
Indian
day.
version."
Yeah, I could be lying if I say I can't relate. I mean, I do. But then it's nice, seeing good cars. Just like, oh wow.
So I think in the end, if you're closing final words from Devin also, like thank you, Merlin, once again for joining us in the live, and thank you to all of you for joining in. And really sorry if in between if my networks went off, but then thanks for joining in and also sharing your insights and for blessings on Fantastic. So, Devin, if you have anything to say, and also we can close
Yeah,
Merlin.
Joel and Ryan already said thank you. Thank you again for coming and telling us about your airport experience and all. And Joel, hat was nice. Nice touch today.
That's the star of the show, yes.
Hats
I
off to
think
you.
we had a
Oh,
good fun session today. I think we'll end it on.
Yeah,
all
Molly, it
right.
was great having a celebrity influence into this.
Thanks for
Awesome.
having me. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm like, oh God, I'm talking to a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, I'm just very happy. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Hope
Really,
hope we didn't bore you. So sorry.
no, it's nice. Whatever you guys are doing is really fun. It's a very good idea. It's a fantastic idea, and I hope it comes into fruition. Good luck.
The way she plugged in Fantastic. No, it was not. It was not. It was not unprecedented.
Social media.
Totally. Completely, no. Yeah, so thanks to all of you once again. And if you would like to join us in the next live, if any of you would like to join us, do DM us, and we can get in touch maybe in the next week or whenever we hold a live session. And until then, thanks for tuning. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so
Bye.
much, guys. How do we say bye in Arabic?
Habibi,
Just
no,
say shukran, shukran, Habibi and
shukran.
Habibtis, like
Habib.
Habibi and Habibtis.
Okay. Shukran. Bye, guys.
Hi,
Bye.
guys.